All right. Gruul Cavaliers, Gruul Monsters, Gruul Ramp, whatever you want to call it. So, the goal of this deck is pretty straightforward. We've got 8 1-mana accelerants. We've got 8 3-mana accelerants. And then we've got a whole glut of 5-drops up here and a Rekindling Phoenix as well. So the goal of this deck is to either go 1-drop accelerant into this, into 5-drop, go like 1, 2, 3. You can also go double 1 into a 5. We got a little bit of Lightning Strike as removal. Gift of Paradise hopefully help give us a little bit of life against the aggressive decks as well to give us time to get to our big fatty booms. So yeah, we're basically trying to go 1, 3, 5, an ideal case situation. Oh, I should probably look at the sideboard and make sure I have some Fight with Fires in there. There's been a lot of Ripjaw Raptors running around. Yeah, I didn't put any fights in here. I probably want some fights. I'm gonna split these Lava Coils with fight. Yeah. Let's go 3-1. We have some fatty booms that can block Ripjaws. We have a pretty high land count in this deck. I believe there's 25 lands, so hopefully that's not going to happen too often, Tumos. But yeah, I agree. Arboreal Grazer does mean you run out of lands with some consistency. Running a high land count's not too big of a downside in a deck like this because the red Cavalier lets us turn extra lands into potential spells in the late game. Yeah, Lightning Strike's kind of been a format staple for a while. Maybe they'll reprint Searing Spear instead of Lightning Strike. Yeah, this gets a little variety in there. Hey, Fight Strife. Thanks for day 3 of the new set. Any standout cards that you feel are snap wild cards? All the Cavaliers are very reasonable. Risen Reef seems really powerful. 3-mana Chandra slots into a lot of sweet things. Have you seen the Flooded Tears Omniscience deck? I've seen people share deck lists, but I haven't actually... I couldn't tell you the Oracle text on Flood of Tears offhand. No, Searing Spear is literally Lightning Strike. It's Lightning Strike with a different name. Good lord. It's a good start. It's a good start. Excellent. All right, turn 1 Elf for Grazer, please. Turn one Elf for Grazer, please. Nothing but professionalism, chat. All right, drop this here Stomping Ground into play. Look at him. He's got reach too. He's ready to get all handsy with these flying creatures. Land, perfect. Mulligan to 5, turn 3 Hellkite. Nothing but net, chat. Nothing but net. Jeff has the best RNG. We mulligan to 5 this game. Thank you very much. We are incredibly unlucky. We mulligan to 5, okay? Can we pour one out for the London mulligan, by the way? God bless that game change. Oh no, what if they have the spirit? Oh no! Oh no, they're gonna execute our dragon, chat. They're gonna execute our dragon. That's so rude. All I have is this dragon. Don't take my dragon away from me. Please brick on a land. Please brick on a land. Please brick on a land. If they brick here, we have a shot. If they brick here, we have a really good shot. They could also just have the angel. If they have the land or an angel, we're probably dead. Good lord. Why are the winds so favorable, chat? Why are the winds so favorable? Here there be dragons. Oh, my squad is so swole. Why is their squad so swole? Our dragons are so cute and little, yep. They're such little baby dragons. We were so excited about our Great Mulligan to 5. The opponent's deck does look pretty fly, I agree. Double ping is 8, I only have 7. Do I attack? I think I attack. Yeah, Blue-White Flyer seems like a very real deck. Got a lot of sweet payoffs. Yeah, the deck queue is not a power rating.
Don't worry, I got this.
I don't know if the Azurius Flyers deck is good. It's likely popular because it's fairly cheap to build. Like, if you look at the cards it needs from the new set in terms of wild cards, it's like not. It is better than exactly 2 dragons. So do I just shoot this Hanged Executioner now and then just die when they draw another Teferi? I think that's the plan. I think the plan is die to follow up Teferi. Need to clean that out though. Oh, no, let's not make that mistake. Now we can start paying 8 mana to kill half their 3-drop. What an incredibly good rate. 8 mana, kill half your 3-drop. Oh no! Oh no! How do we ever beat a Dungeon Geist? Yikes! Yikes! Why did they interact with me? That's so incredibly rude. Listen, see those smoldering chicken legs, chat? You see those smoldering chicken legs? We're coming for them. This Cavalier's got reach. We're coming for him. All right, I think I'm gonna cut the red Cavaliers. I think 11 pieces of top end is probably plenty. I'm gonna trim a couple of Domris because I probably have a hard-ish time protecting him. Of course, Domri's also removal, so cutting him is probably stupid. I need all my Doom. This is like an all Doomblades on deck matchup, right? Just want to be able to kill their stuff. Yeah, probably cut a couple of gifts. Let's probably cut a couple gifts. Is 11 bombs too few? I think 11 bombs is fine. You're American, of course 11 bombs is too few. It's a little on the nose, don't you think? Alright, no ramp spells, but plenty of removal. I honestly, Brett, I'm not even sure Harpooner's good against the opponent's deck on like exactly turn 2. But past turn 2, their things get big enough with all these anthems that Harpooner's not gonna trade that well. This bad Mamma Jamma's got reach, by the way. Smack some birds down. Perfect. Just like, kill your thing, play my Phoenix. Spectral Sailor resolves. Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Cavalier of Thorns? This card doesn't even have a bow in the artwork, and it has reach, but Oketra literally has a bow and doesn't have reach. Riddle me this, chat. It's such a flavor fail. Oketra shoots down flyers in the book. What a tilt. Hoo-hoo! Surprise! Gotcha! And Concession Dragon. Concession Dragon's my favorite kind of dragon, chat. I feel like Cavalier of Thorns is going to be a lot like Worldbreaker. This card just has so much text on it that, like, reach gets lost in the middle. It's one of those, like, oh yeah, it has reach BT dubs. In paper especially, this card's going to get a lot of people. Yeah, the stat line and getting something back on Cavalier of Thorns are both really good. Every time I think one of these Cavaliers is worse than the other, I like play with it some more and I'm like, this card's actually pretty good. All 5 of them just seem super reasonable. Although I think I agree with the assessment that the blue one's probably going to be a little bit lackluster while Narset's around. The black one is, the lifelink on the black one has been really great. Yeah, Narset's gonna be legal for as long as the blue one's legal, which might keep it from seeing too much play. Yeah, sign me up, right? It seems fine. Grazer's got reach. We can Grazer on 1, Domri fight something with the Grazer on 2. Rising Toast, thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hope your Friday's finding you well. Can I bump black, green, Gitrog? You definitely can, Destruminator. That one should be up on Monday when we get back to, when we make it back to playing some Modern. How do you sub? You can subscribe using this link here. Should also be a link to the top right above the video. If you are on mobile, I would make the recommendation that you don't subscribe using the app because the app charges you an extra $1 every month because Google or Apple have to get their cut. I'm gonna elect to not attack with this because 1 point of damage isn't super meaningful. I don't want them to flash in a flyer and then attack my Domri for 1. Will do minimal effort. Thanks for the support. Grazer is absurd in this matchup as a 1-3.
Let the blighters feel the ground tremble.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and kill this so they can't use it to draw cards. I don't have any closers at the moment, so the fact that that card could sit there and like unmulligan them is not good for us. All right, let's get frisky. Get into that red zone, Arboreal Grazer. There's the Huglandia commercial. Yeah, we are kicking Fight with Fire relatively soon. Not really. We need these don't make mana, right? So I have 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 3 more, which is still pretty far off. Okay, looking for any of our 11 bombs at this point, but not in a huge rush since our opponent doesn't have anything going on and we have Domri sitting in play. I'm just gonna go ahead and kill this thing.
I was raised by wolves, though they might have also just been big dogs.
Domri making the goon squad like actually have points of power is sweet. It's like here's my ramp package attack in. This card's so good. Oh no! Oh no! I have an immense regret having burned my Fight with Fire when I did. I think I'm chump blocking with the Arboreal Grazer. I want to keep Domri high so it can fight. A lot of good draws here. We got a bunch of removal in our deck. And a bunch of biggity bombs. Having a little bit of ramp deck problems at the moment. Kind of all dressed up with nowhere to go. There's only one Fight with Fire in my 75, so I don't have another one of those. Creed.
Sorry I'm late. Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Oh, that's so brutal.
We won't answer to other guilds.
Let's try this.
I'm all alone, there's no one here beside me. Do 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 do. No, we're by no means dead, we're just not in a good spot.
Clean this up as I go.
We're like a Lava Coil or a Fight with Fire away from being fine. Or a bomb away from being fine. Hey, Hawk, thanks for the 35 months. It's been a long road. I mean, like, this is how ramp decks work sometimes, right? Sometimes you're all dressed up with nowhere to go.
I've got it.
Oh no! They sent our bad little elves to detention. The red Cavaliers are in my sideboard, Tom, so no, I should in fact not be holding lands. In fact, I should explicitly be playing them out so I can play and activate Dragon in the same turn. That'll be all she wrote. Womp, womp, womp. How are we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic and other strategy games full-time here on Twitch. I'm here 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you're enjoying my content, please consider hitting that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live and with what. As always, I'd love to give a shout out to all my wonderful subs out there. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to take a moment to plug some of my sponsors here really quick. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series. Hey! By Miz, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support there. If you're someone like By Miz who has Amazon Prime, if you link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, you get Twitch Prime included with that for free. And that gives you a free sub every single month here to someone of your choice here on Twitch. You can join us in Hoaglandia in chat. Nerd Rage Gaming runs a $5,000 cash tournament series every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to the Midwest to play in one of their standard, modern, or legacy tournaments, you can find their streaming coverage online as well at twitch.tv/NRG series. Sorry, brah. You got nothing to be sorry for. Thanks for sharing that Prime this way this month. And Damian Belmont, welcome as well. Hope everyone's having a great start to their weekend. BCW Supplies are the only ones I trust to protect my paper Magic the Gathering cards. Using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com, you can save 10% on their already great prices on sleeves, binders, deck blocks, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your paper Magic the Gathering cards into other cards that you're interested in. They also have a wonderful draft simulator that's free to use on their website. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for spending part of your Friday here with us. Hope you're having a wonderful one. I mean, Friday's the start of the weekend no matter how you slice it. Friday night, even if you worked Friday during the day. Thanks, Fresh. Practice makes perfect, right? Hey, Zigtastic. Welcome. These queue times are just forever.
Don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
Long queue time gives us a chance to play that in between. Hey, Tamask, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. What's the best combo of sleeves to double sleeve? The BCW Elite Guard 2s and the Dragon Shield sleeves tend to be a little bit taller than a lot of other sleeves in chat, so they work better with inner sleeves. If you haven't tried the BCW 2s before, I'd highly encourage you to do so. They're a great price point. They're $8 for 100 sleeves, which is like, just can't be beat, basically. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping this. What do I throw back, though? So, Grazer, if I keep Grazer, I think it's Grazer or Llanowar Elves. If I keep Grazer, I have to draw another land to cast this on 3. Is that true? That's not true, actually, right? Because I have 3 lands? Yeah, I throw these back, and then Grazer puts in 2, and then Domri, and then, yeah, this is fine. No, this is, I think Grazer's the conservative one. I plan to stream my normal workday tomorrow, so I'll be live about 8 a.m. Actually, let me double check. There's no major tournament this weekend, right? It's pre-release weekend. There's not a Grand Prix or anything. How did Elementals finish? The more aggressive build of Elementals we played today felt worse than the more mid-range build we played yesterday. Oh, it is only 4 mana total, isn't it? I do need to draw land this way. Yeah, you're right. You're right, I do need to draw land now. Woohoo! Grazer's pretty good against that one, though.
Tools of the push nods. Let's just... When I'm finished here, there'll be nothing left but dust.
No, I'm not talking about next week. I'm talking about tomorrow, Saturday. Is there a major event tomorrow? There's not, right? Oh, I could have attacked.
I'll be back
Tilt.
after I've licked my wounds.
Could have attacked. What a tilt. So don't say due to pre-release. The last Mythic Championship was on pre-release weekend. So once upon a time, that was the case, but that's not the case anymore. There's also been Grand Prix on pre-release weekend. So for a long time, there were never major events on pre-release. So yes, tomorrow I'm going to be streaming from 8 a.m. till about 4 or 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. It's my normal 9 to 5 hours. Huh? Yep, yeah, I'm gonna be on for my normal work day tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go ahead and fight these. I think that's fine. They kill my egg. Hopefully we draw land to get Cavalier going. Yeah, I had Monday and most of Tuesday off because of the downtime, so I wanna make sure we get in plenty of time to work through that deck queue. The deck queue's not as packed this set release as it has been in the past, but it's still got quite a few things in it. Like after we finish today, there'll still be like over a dozen standard decks. Land. All right, well, I mean, that's like land adjacent, right?
They can only punish you if they catch you.
A couple people were talking about the elf versus the grazer. There's a very good chance our elf would have died on the first turn of the game, so I think the grazer was right as the conservative pick.
Oh, I look forward to seeing you. I was raised by wolves, so they might have also just been big dogs.
So sweet. So do I... Oh, Cavalier of Thorns is an untapped land, right? Sweet. So I can, if I hit an untapped land here, I can plus Domri strike theirs attack. Yeah, I should have cast the gift off of the Domri plus the turn I played it so I could hold strike up. That's a good thing to point out. Thank you for doing that. We've thoroughly punished their stumble here. I wouldn't be surprised if the way this deck is built makes us a little bit favored against the Dino build of Gruul. Traditionally speaking, in this style of matchup, whichever deck is bigger tends to be a favorite, and these Cavaliers tend to be bigger than all of the Dinos, except for, like, Ghalta. What do I want to trim here? If I'm bringing in this removal, do I want to trim Gift of Paradise? Maybe I trim Arboreal Grazer. So I think the logic is if your opponent's not a lightning fast deck and Arboreal Grazer doesn't block meaningfully, that's probably the cut, right? Especially when I'm bringing in more 2-mana removal. I think that's fine. It's Grazer or Gift. I could Coward Split it. I could just Coward Split it. I'm gonna Coward Split it. Let's do that. This gives us 13. Chaos Magic Chunk, thank you for re-upping for the second month. Wow, I'm gonna pull this one up on screen. Apparently, some Corpse Knights were printed as 2/3s in paper. So you should be aware if this happens at your pre-release this weekend that they play as a 2/2. I'm looking forward to the day when Wizards of the Coast is no longer a new game company and they work out the kinks and stuff like that. Small indie companies still getting their feet underneath them. I'm sure once they've been printing Magic cards for, like, let's pick a random number. Once they've been printing Magic cards for almost 26 years, they'll have this all figured out. But in the meantime, while they're still new, let's cut them some slack. What do I use for my streaming software? OBS Studio is like the industry standard for streaming. It is free and open source as well. So it's not just free as in cost, it's free as in freedom. And everybody loves freedom, right? America. Beauty. So, the Aristocrats deck yesterday was really sweet. I liked the couple of cards from M20 really feel like it rounded that out. So, I can play Dragon and have Dragon kill Domri. However, the 5/5 stat line in the Lava Coil mirror match is really important. I think I'm supposed to Lightning Strike this and then attack it with the Elf. Because I'd like for this to be able to be a 5/5 in this matchup. I think it's pretty important to get that extra point of toughness. And my opponent's like not really pressuring me on board, so I think I can afford to not use my mana this turn. Martimal Man, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. Hope the start of your weekend is going well. Thanks for keeping me around. How greedy is it to play this discarding this forest? Nothing but net. Nothing but net. Let the greed consume you, chat. Listen, anybody who's watched this stream before knew what was gonna happen there. Okay? Anybody who's watched this stream before knew what that end result was about to be. Yikes, that's a 5/6. How do I ever beat a 5/6? Listen, you miss all the shots you never take, etc., etc. Yeah, Domri's Ambush is a real magic card. For sure. I should have manually tapped there and attacked for 1. So I missed a point of damage. I forgot the auto tapper is smarter now and never uses the land that you're gifted paradising, which is a good thing overall. I should have manually tapped and attacked for 1. Yeah, I mean, I can spend 2 burn spells on this. The problem with that is that I'm spending 2 cards to kill their thing that drew them 2 cards. It's like, not really a good scene. We have another Domri's Ambush. I can Hellkite plus Coil, that's true. It lets them draw 2 cards, but it doesn't cost me 2. It's like, that's like not the worst. And then I'm no longer being killed by a Ripjaw Raptor. See if that 1 point of damage I missed ends up mattering. They have like Ripjaw plus Ambush here I got. G-Mul, thank you for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yikes. That's rough.
Let's do this again.
All right, so we'll take 2 here down to 6. We're gonna hold that land in case we draw a Cavalier. And we'll drop this down and then we'll cry silently when they Lava Coil us. Cry loudly, they can't hear. Wee. Wee. Oh, that's a monster. Yikes. Yikes. Woof. I think I'm happy with how I boarded here. I'm gonna go ahead and run it back. Let's get like double ramp here on the play, hopefully, and run him down. I'd be very surprised if there's any updates on the 8th. We are closing in on 60,000 followers. Yay, meaningless metrics. Yeah, okay. I think this hand's better. I think I'm also bottoming a land tier. Just like hoping to draw a Domri or a Gift of Paradise. Hey, Soldier Sui, thank you for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. No, there will definitely be no changes in standard. Watsy, yeah, buddy. Watsy is on record saying that they think the current standard format is healthy. Definitely not changes coming that way. Alright, even if we brick on a land tier, we get to play Phoenix. And if we hit the land, we get to jam this 5/6 down their throat. Oh! Oh! Missed a land drop and played a Llanowar Elves, eh? Somebody's hungry. OVER. Remember, opponent, you can mulligan to 5. This isn't the scry anymore. Don't keep one landers on the draw. Don't keep one landers on the draw. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, Grazer's won a lot of fights today. I am gonna leave Grazer back here because if they go land Spellbreaker, I want to block their Spellbreaker. Would like to untap with my Domri. Big deadly sloth. Big deadly sloth.
I've lived with animals my entire life.
Maybe I'm supposed to fight there. I don't know. I kind of want to get a 5/6 into play. Honestly, I wonder if we're supposed to try a build of Gruul that's like Maraud, like instead of Phoenix and Hellkite, if we're supposed to try like Marauding Raptor and Ripjaw Raptor in a build with all these Cavaliers, because this card being a 2/3 acceleration spell is like really powerful. Hey, Zanman, thanks for 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Someone asked if there's a way to play Arena on Linux. Yeah, Arena is a Unity application, which run very well through Wine. So if you just install Wine staging on whatever Linux system you're using and just run the Arena installer, it'll pop right up. The only hiccup it has is that the Arena launcher is a pile of garbage and does not run. But the Arena launcher also barely runs on Windows, so I wouldn't blame Wine for that. So once you install it, you just launch the Arena EXE directly instead of using the launcher. Hey, Ryan Possible, thank you for the 2-month resub. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your weekend. Cyrix, thank you for the Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Our Rugged Highlands looking a touch awkward here. Gonna prevent us from playing Cavalier on 3, but we do get to Phoenix on 3 still, so probably fine. Move up Phoenix, Cavalier is a fine curve. I mean, again, I see people making statements about like what they think of the format, and I would heavily discourage you from putting weight into anything you've seen on this stream or other streams to be meaningful data about the format. We're still in the part of the format where lots of people are trying lots of different things, and we're not going to have a really good solid grasp of what's truly competitive in a large tournament setting for a little while yet. Need to get some actual tournaments and data down behind us before that can happen. This is my 6/6. Well, I mean, I'm glad I don't really need the land, so like, just like being a fat boy with reach is like why we play this card. That is such an elegant way to put it, Wax Papers. I'm gonna steal that in the future. We're in the what's working phase of the format, not the what's winning phase. That's a fantastic way to summarize what's currently happening. Man, Domri is just so demoralizing to sit across from in situations like this. Just like, here's my removal spell sitting on the table. Good luck, Godspeed. So, for people not familiar with my opponent's deck, they're playing a Feather deck, which is a creature-based aggro deck. It tends to have combat tricks in it that like give their creatures bonuses and stuff like that. So I want to be boarding in all of my removal in a matchup like this because my goal is to keep their board as clear as possible because they never have a threat. All of their tricks end up being dead draws. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut Gift. When we bring in a bunch of removal, we tend to trim some of our ramp. I might split the difference on Gift and Grazer again. It seems fine. Brontodon. Thorn Lieutenant and Brontodon are good against like red and white aggro, but my opponent's aggro deck tends to make its creatures bigger over time, so they get outclassed pretty quickly. So I think I'd rather just have removal and don't want these creatures that get in the way on the ground. So, because their deck has so much pump and combat tricks in it, generally speaking, their creatures are going to get bigger than what my Grazer can block. Yeah, their 2/2 doesn't stay at 2/2 for long. I mostly left the Grazers in because 1 mana acceleration lets me get out ahead of my opponent much faster. Like here, another good example, just like playing a 5-drop on turn 3. Like we said, the goal with this deck where we're playing 8 1-mana accelerants and then the 3-mana accelerants is we can go double accelerant turn 1, turn 2, and then be able to get a fast copy of something like this out. I really hope they walk back their decision regarding Historic and give us the other sets. I hope they either give us the other sets or they competitively support the format. I really feel like they should pick one of the two. What magic do you bring in Skarrgan for? So if you watch the videos from yesterday, Rexbox, you'll hear me talk about how my goal is to have that whole Planeswalker package come in against the control decks. I would love to have them do both, but one or the other would be ideal. All right, I'm going to turn this Lightning Strike into a Boros Charm here. Older sets would be so expensive unless they find people a way to get the cards. Every time people say that, I feel like I'm living in a Twilight Zone. Like, do we not realize that the wild card system exists? You can literally get the specific cards you want from older sets with wild cards that you already have. Like, it's arguably easier to get older cards on Arena than it is on Magic Online and in paper, where they get expensive the longer they've been out of print because finance nonsense. The game's not supposed to be cheap. Magic is an expensive luxury hobby being run by Wizards of the Coast, who is a for-profit business. Wizards doesn't make Magic cards as a charity. They're here trying to turn a profit. And in fact, the fact that they could sell those sets for money is a business reason to include those sets. I agree that that block seems kind of loose. I attacked with those elves because I assumed they were a free attack. Yeah, if you're trying to free to play, you're not realistically going to be able to play all the formats. That's just the long and short of it. And the other thing too, I think this idea, and this is the thing that so many people don't get, that I think creates this mindset that like we can't have these other sets. Not every format of Magic is supposed to appeal to every player. So if you're someone who would look at Historic with all these extra sets and go, that's out of reach for me, I don't want to buy into that, that's fine. You're not the target audience for Historic then. Trust me when I say that there are plenty of people who would look at that and go, that sounds awesome. I really want to play that. The reason why Magic has lasted as a game for the last 25 years is because it's not just a single game. Magic is a rules engine created to allow you to play so many different ways. And if there's a certain way to play Magic that doesn't appeal to you, don't say that way of Magic needs to change. Just be like, that's fine. That's a way for someone else to enjoy Magic, but not me. All right, if they have a removal spell here, they're not dead. Of course, they're also at 1, so like we've got a lot of live draws here. If they have shock or rage, they get to survive the turn. Reckless rage. Do 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 do. Getcha. I love someone taking the cheeky way out. Defiant Striker thing. Definitely in for making them have it there. The longer this game goes, the less likely I am to win with the way my draw's been. So I just need to like try and pressure them out of it. All right, we've got 1 or 2 more matches we're going to play with Green Red Cavaliers here before we move on to the next one, but I am going to run to the restroom really quick, so I'll be right back. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Don't go anywhere. We got, like, lots more Magic today. Audio just changed. What does that mean? It'd be a good idea to add old sets to the free-to-play game without having some events to make it so newer players don't spend a ton to make a deck. I feel like it's a gating argument. It is a gating argument. There's lots of gates in Magic. You could, the same way Legacy and Vintage are gated. The same way Constructed is gated, competitive Constructed is gated versus competitive Limited. There's always a buy-in. And in fact, I'd also make the argument that if they did add those sets, they probably wouldn't want to make them exceptionally easy to get, because guess what? Wizards of the Coast prefers that people play Standard to playing other formats. Well, there's no auto gain change on my thing, Big Kitty. Also keep in mind that a format like Historic, you're saying it would take too long to build a deck. Well, the flip side of that is, once you eventually get the deck, you can basically play it forever. It's not like Standard where it's quick to... If it takes the same amount of time to get a Historic deck as it takes to get a Standard deck, why a lot of people would just never play Standard, because Standard, you have to keep changing, right? That's why Wizards in general tends to prefer people play formats like Standard and Draft to things like Modern, because in general, they prefer that people are repeat customers, right? Hey, Benkatu, thank you for the 11-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. We are playing against Show, so if you want to watch this match from both sides here on Twitch, you can probably find their channel as well. Can you explain to me how adding events cushions it? Like how does adding events fundamentally change how does adding events fundamentally change the impact? Like how is that different than just letting people buy packs? Can you explain it to me from a math perspective how that's better? Like it's better for people that really like drafting, I guess. Oh, is Show not online? Maybe he's just grinding to try and get first. Oh, you're totally right. He's not online. I guess I should have checked that before saying you could have watched it from both sides. It's pronounced Show, right? Like S-H-O-W? I'm terrible at pronouncing things, but I'm pretty sure that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. Alright, so if they like play Nissa here, I can shoot this for 1 and Nissa for 1 and attack them. Seems like a decent line. We're killing my elf, okay. Okay. So I think I just kill the Incubation Druid here, right? Do we like that? How do we like kill Incubation Druid, smack them for 5? They're probably gonna play Nissa next turn though, right? Do I hit them for 5? If I hit them for 5, I'm taking like 7 on the backswing, and I don't think we're winning that race. And currently, I think, especially with the second Hellkite in my hand, I'm ahead as this game goes long.
We will not fail.
Unfortunately, Paradise Druid. Hopefully they tap the Paradise Druid. Yeah, alright, that's the Llanowar Elves. Alright, so I get to go, activate this, poke this, kill the Nissa. I'm taking like 8 or 9 on the backswing, but I'm at 23, so that seems fine. And they're like almost out of gas. If they hit like Krasis or another Planeswalker damage, or like if they have a follow-up Nissa, I'm probably going to lose the race since I've missed on lands. Shockland does not bode well for us there. They have 6, 7 mana total here. Steezy MO, thank you for the brand new Prime support. And Majthomp, welcome as well. Blazagoth, I think I missed your resub. I'm sorry about that. Thanks for keeping me around. Yikes. Yikes. Are we dead? I think we might be dead. I have this. These steal your stuff matchups tend to be hard for the Gruul decks, because these decks are kind of aggressive, but not quite aggressive enough to like get underneath them. I don't have a notification for you, Flight Forward. So if you did resub, you might have to refresh your browser page to send the notification through. We could have Domri minused on the land. Then I don't kill the... Oh, Skarrgan Hellkite gets an extra... And we're dead. Skarrgan Hellkite gets extra power. Okay, so we'd still kill the Nissa if I play the Domri. I could have also played Arboreal Grazer. Yeah, I think you're right that that's better. I always forget that the Domri kicks the extra power up. Alright, we can give it a try here. This is probably the last match with this deck, but yeah, I'll probably play one more. This matchup, like I said, this style of matchup is really bad from our side of the table. This is a Warboss matchup. I don't think so. Oh, I should have brought in Veil. Duh. That card is pigeonholed in my brain into an Esper control card, but it counters mass manipulation, right? Hey, Krylson, thank you for continuing your sub gifty. I appreciate it. I definitely don't think it's a Warboss matchup because they have so many creatures in play that they just block. But I definitely should bring in my Veils. In fact, the fact that this matchup is hard might be a reason to play more Veil of Summer in my sideboard. I could see that being a reasonable conclusion. Rage Harder, I definitely already added. I think I added 2 lands to it. And March of the Multitudes was the card I cut, I believe. Yeah, Veil is really solid against dealing spells. Like, super mana efficient, right? Like, they spend, like, 6+ mana. You're just, like, 1 mana, draw a card, counter your thing. Why do I want Ceratop? So again, if this is why you want to be problem solution focused when you're deck building. Think about the things that I've said, why I said we lose these games, and then think about a solution to it. So again, the issue is they play these spells that take my bombs, And the solution isn't play this one narrow bomb that gets gummed up on the ground. The solution is play a 1-mana card that stops them from taking my stuff and buys us a ton of tempo, right? So Skarrgan doesn't actually win the game in a matchup like this. It's bad for a lot of the same reasons that Legion Warboss is bad, which is that my opponent's going to gum up the ground and my 5/4 is not going to attack, and then they're still going to take my Skarrgan Hellkites and my Cavaliers and kill me with them. Whereas playing something like Veil is going to allow me to really have a chance. It's going to directly try and solve the problem with how I lose this matchup. I mean, I would like to point out too that like people are so used to like timid Twitch streamers who like barely have a voice that I'm not upset. I'm just talking and I'm confident in what I'm saying, so I don't sound like a mouse because I'm not like, well, maybe we wanted to do this. It's like, no, that's bad and this is why it's bad and let's talk about it. Like I'm not mad. This is just my voice. This is confidence. It's not anger. The London Mulligan is very, very good. I agree. How is saying people are soft-spoken an insult? Fuck off. Get out of here. That made me angry. That's one of the things that does piss me off, is when people add connotation to the things that I say when it's not what I said. Being descriptive isn't insulting. Some people are soft-spoken. I am not. As someone who watches a lot of Twitch, a majority of people that I've seen stream on Twitch are soft-spoken. That's a factual statement. Gobble, gobble. It's Art. Thanks for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, we forgot to board in the Veils. We forgot to board in the Veils here, but it looks like our fast start in the play is going to run them over, so that's nice. Thanks, Mask. Of course, timeouts are always free. We aim to please here in Hooglandia. That is, that's gonna be a pretty big boy here, huh? Thankfully, my boy Sloth is gonna pull through here. My boy Sloth is gonna pull us through. Arboreal Grazer has just been like the silent MVP of the games we've been playing today. Just like sitting in the corner, whittling away at everything our opponents are doing. I think thinking about this matchup and how it's hard, I think I want a Veil of Summer. I think I want a third Veil of Summer in my sideboard. Do we just trim the other two Gifts of Paradise here? I think I trim the other two Gifts of Paradise here. I think I want all my biggity bombs. When's the next major tournament happening? Oh, that's too many. What did I cut? Did I cut something else by mistake? Oh, I cut an extra Cavalier. No, I want to keep my Cavaliers. So Star City Games usually has a standard tournament release weekend for Paper. So this weekend tomorrow is Paper pre-release, which means a week from tomorrow should be the standard tournament. Did I ever play competitive Magic internationally? I did not. Flying to Paper Magic tournaments is like taking a pile of money and setting it on fire. And while I certainly didn't get wealthy traveling to play Paper Magic while I did it just locally in the US, I did break even 3 years in a row. which is a very good accomplishment. It's not easy to do. Is ever a time we're playing more than 60 cards as an advantage? There really is not. Man, it's a real shame. It's a real shame they didn't have Incubation Druid here. Because if they'd have played Incubation Druid there, I'd have gotten to gobble it up with Domri. God, Domri is so good. He's so good, chat. He's extra good with 8 1-drop accelerants. Alright, any untapped land next turn would be great. If it's a green source, we can Cavalier of Thorns. If it's a red source, we can Cavalier of Flames. Cycle through this extra Domri. Okay, yep. Alright, and we brick, technically, but we get to kill an Incubation Druid, so, like, it's not all bad. Bring in your comeuppance. Get him, Domri, get him. When I was young and dumb, I did lots of things. The Red Bull Untapped qualifiers this weekend are Modern Horizons Draft and Modern Digitech Wire. So they don't really qualify as... I'm assuming the person who said big tournament was asking about Standard.
Oh, you haven't seen the last of them.
Oh, things are not looking good for our hero, chat. Things are not looking good for our hero. They melodied our elf. Need some lands. Am I gonna stream Underlords this weekend like last time? Probably not. So magic release weeks are always gonna be all magic. Starting next week, I'm gonna be building Underlords into my regular schedule though. So I think Tuesday and Thursday morning, we're gonna do Underlords in the morning and then play. We're gonna do Underlords in the morning and then play Arena in the afternoon, as opposed to Magic Online in the morning and Arena in the afternoon. It's noon. I want to theoretically do 4 more decks today. Let's try one more. I'm gonna add an extra Veil to the sideboard. I just want to max. Let's just slam on all of those. Yeah, it's probably too many. That's probably too many. Yeah, the fact Underlords is probably the best mobile game I've ever played. And the fact that it's truly free to play, it's not like free to play in that it's free to install and then you need to pump a bunch of money in or a bunch of time to like get the cards is great. Like actual $0. And Valve is a really good software company and it shows. The rate at which they've been pumping out quality of life updates to Underlords has been absurd. The frame rate lag in this latest patch is just unreal. Speaking of companies that are very obviously not software companies, the frame rate lag in this latest patch has just been brutal. Do I play Underlords on mobile off stream? Yeah. Yeah, Underlords has become my go-to gym game. Usually when I go to the gym, I do like an hour on the weight machines, and I do like an hour of cardio. I just play Underlords while I do my cardio now. I think Skarrgan is a playable option. I don't think so, because I think you have a hard time defending him. If you have a Ripjaw Raptor, I might try that. It's probably not unreasonable. I'm gonna gift a Paradise here because I don't want them to attack my Domri. Probably a Command the Dreadhorde deck. Yeah, certainly a Command the Dreadhorde deck. Someone said the frame rate lag is automatic garbage session they aren't going to be able to fix. That person probably doesn't have even the slightest understanding of how software works. If the type of lag we're currently experiencing is unfixable, Unity would not be a usable game engine. To put it bluntly, that isn't how anything works. Not even close. Big giant things. Girl's greatest weakness. Might as well attack, because they're going to kill it with Chupacabra. Yeah, Arena is Unity. Really? The best part about the internet is the number of doctors, lawyers, and other professionals that you will meet who in reality are actually none of those things. That's my favorite part of the internet.
You think I'm crazy? Wait till you see my mates.
Huh.
Wild beasts.
I guess I technically... Maybe I was supposed to... Maybe I was supposed to Domri fight here, shoot this, but then I kind of die on the backswing. I think I just pass here. Oh, I'm a professional, just not at this. Think of me as a dancing clown. The fact that I happen to be playing Magic while I'm dancing is just happenstance. This attack is interesting. Maybe they have a way to kill my Phoenix Egg here. Actually, do I go to 1 here and shoot the Wild Growth Walker? I think I do, right? I think I go to 1 and kill the Wild Growth Walker. Yeah, these couple of loose attacks on my opponent's part might let us pull out of this game if we draw a couple of bombs.
Come and destroy.
It's Mr. Cloud, yeah, exactly. You could actually probably make the argument that the background that I have is actually pretty close to optimal for the job that I do here. I have, for people that aren't familiar, I have a master's degree in mathematics, which is like relatively qualifying to like play games kind of okay. And I also had a teaching certification during my undergrad, which playing games here on Twitch is basically like having a teaching cert. Oh, do they have Find Finality? I think they're about to pick this dog back up. That's rough. So I elected not to block with the Phoenix because they showed us Massacre Girl, and I didn't want to get Massacre Girled. I think we've died. Yep. And I unfortunately don't have... I had a second activation off Hellkite. I had 8 mana. There's a Gift of Paradise there. I unfortunately don't have any Tibalts in my 75, which means I don't really have fantastic cards for this matchup. The sideboard in this, like, This format feels a lot like Modern, in that there's enough decks that you kind of have to pick and choose, like, what you're beating and what you're just letting yourself get hosed by. I think I'd rather keep the 1-mana accelerant so I can try and get on the board faster. What's going on, Draco? We're doing all right today. Our first couple of decks just kind of got beat up. So, Cage would have stopped that specific opponent's Command the Dreadhorde. However, Cage does not stop the decks that are, like, commanding Planeswalkers back into play. So again, it's more of, just like Modern, you're kind of picking and choosing what your sideboard slots are beating and what they're losing to. Yeah, to a degree, Fearburger, but like, take example and think back through that last game that I just played, right? That last game, I was unable to apply pressure because their Explore package was buffering their life total and pressuring mine simultaneously. Yo, dog, I heard you like to ramp. Heard you like to ramp, so I got you some ramp for your ramp. We're gonna ramp into our ramp, chat. And this is the flip side of playing a deck like this. We've got one bomb here, and we're hoping to just draw like 4 and 5 drops for the rest of this game, but there's, like, you know, a really good chance that we draw stuff that are not bombs. Shoulda got in there with the Grazer. Let him know what's up. Misplay. There were gonna be some bombs on top of our deck. Our Cavalier didn't really do us a favor there. It's been okay, Zach. Reach is a sweet keyword. Reach has been relevant a few times. We've been able to pressure their health total this game, which is nice. Means a Command the Dreadhorde later, if they have it, is going to be less potent. He says as his opponent begins gaining a massive amounts of life. Ah, the Llanowar Elves mirror match. Now that was a decent draw, because it means if this Wild Growth Walker wants to eat a Llanowar Elf, we get to kill it. Very conservative on my opponent's part here. I like that. It's probably a good play, especially they have like a Jade Light Ranger. So again, deck building's not just, is this card good? It's, is this card better than this other thing that we're playing, right? Because, like, your Chandra's not just getting added in and you're not cutting anything. Like, your Chandra needs to be better than other things that you're already doing. And again, this is just like, and this isn't even specific to our Gruul deck. Like, all Gruul decks are just, like, super rancid against Wild Growth Walker. Like, you just can't get under them successfully. And that's not an issue specific to this build that we're playing here. Like, all the various Gruul variations that I'd played last season were also really, really bad against the Wild Growth Walker decks, including Dreadhorde most of the time. As far as this is concerned, if you wanted to try and make it better against the Wild Growth Walker decks, I definitely would play 3 to 4 Tibalt in the 75. But again, I feel like if I'm playing that many Tibalts, I'm giving up slots for other matchups, and I think I'd rather just punt the Dreadhorde matchup. I think the Dreadhorde matchup is bad enough that even with Tibalt, you're probably still not favored in it, and I'd rather be spending my sideboard cards to lock up matchups where we have a better shot. As far as takeaways are concerned, the Cavaliers continue to be pretty okay. I feel like something else I would like to try in this archetype is perhaps the kind of dino package we've seen come out of M20. So like Marauding Raptor is like an accelerant that also, it's an accelerant that also attacks. So like maybe we could try like Raptors plus the Ripjaw, just the old Raptor squad. Could try something like this. If this is technically an accelerant, we could trim Gift of Paradise and still have the same number of accelerants, so we could get like Charging Monster Soar at the top end here. That's it's a hasty dino that like works with this, which is nice. So that seems reasonable as another direction to take this in while still playing Cavaliers. Draft Digger's Cage does not stop Planeswalkers from entering the battlefield. So Draft Digger's Cage stops the creature part, which just stopping the creature part might be good enough for a deck like this, but it's worth noting that it does not stop it as a whole. Raptor is kind of a combo, non-bow with Llanowar Elves. If you have a Raptor in play and you draw Llanowar Elves, there's a good chance your Llanowar Elves are no longer good. So it's not really a non-bow. Anytime you draw this card after turn 1 or 2, it's probably not worth casting most of the time anyway. So like if it's actually just fully dead for the sake of playing this powerful synergy, that's probably fine. Yeah, maybe a bit of effort. Like I said, it might be good enough in here. Context is key. And again, like there isn't a substitute for experience. So it might be worth testing. Is Monosaur better than the protection for Blue Dino? Probably not.